Hey everyone, welcome back to Canberra. Very interesting day yesterday. We saw Craig Kelly take a number of people inside to hand the Prime Minister a list of demands, as well as the opposition leader and the Speaker of the House. It was Graham Hood, John Larder, a couple of the Aboriginal representatives, as well as Tony Nicklick. They went inside to basically present the demands that a lot of people have been very upset with, including the vaccine mandates, the kids getting jabbed, the mask mandates, and freedom of travel across the different state lines. It'll be interesting to see how this yields fruit. It seems like today is a very quiet day. A lot of people aren't here at the park at all. They're all reserving their energy for this Saturday, where there'll be a massive protest. A big stage will be set up right behind Old Parliament House and in between New Parliament House. So I'll be interested to see how the day pans out. I'm really excited to understand what the community is thinking about the Religious Freedom Bill, which the government is debating right now, which is meant to protect religious freedom and religious practice, but it does anything but that. I was talking with a number of MPs this week, and one of them said that Scott Morrison basically has a unique ability to not please anyone, especially with these particular bills. And I'm not surprised by that. I was talking with the Australian Christian Alliance, and the ACL have also indicated they do not support this religious freedom bill. It does not protect freedom of speech or freedom of expression or anything to do with religious expression. So when it comes to this particular bill, I think a lot of conservatives and right-wingers will not be happy with it. And it's looking like the Prime Minister does have the numbers to get it through the lower house, but whether he gets through the Senate, I don't think he will. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. In other news, the Prime Minister is getting very, very severe pressure right now. He's, as I've said this week a number of times, but for those of you that don't know, the Prime Minister's polling is absolutely in the gutter. It's worse than it was even during the bushfire when he went over to Hawaii. I've seen a lot of people really upset, including the donors. It's reported that a number of Liberal Party donors are not even replying to Liberal Party dinners and fundraisers because they're just upset with what the Prime Minister's been doing. He should really have thought about the lockdowns and not getting involved in the state premiers running roughshod over businesses. And those are just the concerns that average Australians have expressed. Also, the Prime Minister has a civil war going on right now in the Liberal Party. He's got Matt Camanzuli, who happens to be a state executive in New South Wales. He's suing the federal government on a number of pre-selection processes that are going on. He's suing namely he's suing Alex Hawke in the party for holding up this process. So you've got this happening in the backdrop. The Liberal Party civil war is also going on, as we see with a lot of these texts that are being leaked out. We saw Gladys Berejiklian's text, who once upon a time was a very close ally of the Prime Minister, basically calling him out and saying that he basically cares about Scott Morrison. And Scott Morrison has been taking a lot of flack. In response to that, it seems as though Barnaby Joyce's texts were also leaked, and we saw a situation where he actually offered his resignation to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister didn't accept it. He ended up basically saying, no, this is not something that I need right now. It seems as though he's trying to keep his leadership and his team together. So it's very fascinating to see the different angles that the Prime Minister's copying it. To add even more pressure, he's got his own conservative crowd or freedom crowd, which has been protesting in Canberra, which is swelling. Over 20,000 people protested last weekend, and I say 20,000 as an absolute minimum. It could quite possibly have been 20,000 to 100,000. We'll see what happens this weekend. There are a number of convoys which have said they're coming down to Canberra or up from Victoria to Canberra. It'll be very interesting to see how many people come here and fill up the park. I'm hoping that we have some aerial shots, and I think there will be this weekend, so we can see exactly what's going on. I can't say how, but there will be some aerial shots, and I don't mean illegal drones. I mean it'll be legal. And so when it comes to this weekend, it's going to be absolutely massive. I'll be covering it. I'll be live streaming it. I've had a chat with Rukshan. He'll be live streaming it as well, so you can have both streams to see different angles of the protest. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Prime Minister and the parliamentarians' response to a lot of this is. They're certainly feeling the pressure. From what I hear in Parliament House, a lot of them are freaking out because of the pressure of people out here. They're not used to seeing Canberra basically, which is their stomping ground, or not their stomping ground, it's sort of their home. They feel somewhat insulted that the fact that average Aussies are coming here and making them feel the pressure. So this is very exciting for a lot of people here because they want to see the government feel the pressure in a peaceful manner. but also not feel like it's safe and feel like their seats are safe. The federal election's coming up in May. It'll be very interesting to see how these freedom parties come together and fight the government. Whether they see election results in the lower house is yet to be seen, but in the Senate, I think that's where the real battle will be, and it'll be very interesting to see how these freedom parties come together. This week we added a 10th freedom party. It's Bob Katter's party, who's actually been very, as you would have seen in the most recent interview, he's outspoken against the jab. He's not happy with what's been going on in Canberra and especially in Queensland with Premier Palaszczuk. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how he also does with his polling. It was very interesting. He actually mentioned how his polling's been doing really well up there in a number of different seats. So grab your popcorn. Let's see what happens. The next few days, it seems like it's going to be very quiet in Canberra until maybe Friday night and Saturday. And then we'll see exactly how many people show up to to Canberra rather, and we'll see exactly what pans out. So stay tuned. I'm going to try and do some more interviews over the coming days. I might even do some where I explain what's going on with the election and the different seats that are up for grabs and the most vulnerable seats. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll do a few more out here. And thank you everyone that's been supporting me and donated in the past. You guys have made this possible for me to stay down here. And I want to say a big thank you to the former Greens donor who is covering my hotel fees for this particular trip. You're a legend. And I think it just goes to show you how far these parliamentarians have gone. The fact that a Greens voter is willing to, support someone who's more of a conservative and with their coverage. So I'll see you guys later. Give this a share, get it out there so that people know what the hell's going on. But I might take a roam around some of the freedom camps to see, I think, Exhibition Park nearby, where I'll check out what's going on there and have a chat with some of the awesome Aussies that I've already been meeting all week. I'll see you guys later.